my 2 points or my two thoughts around focusing on younger adults, because obviously I'm one of them, is two things: ambition and technology. In terms of ambition, I think compared to before, every single person now has something they want to chase. And like in the aspect of community building, I feel like there's always been a group of people, one or a few being the leader or to be the leaders, and others being not necessarily followers, but yeah, we can use that term followers, but like they're just there to support system, whether it's the man or the woman. But like now there are more people that want to maybe establish a career for themselves, maybe start a business or something like that. So people have their own dreams, have their own ideas, and with that, there's always going to be, to me, to an extent, there's always going to be conflict because my own idea is going to clash with yours. Whereas before, people like there's some people that always willing to take the back seat,
Yeah.
and in that aspect, there's going to be less conflict. If I tell you, yo, this is how we are going to do this, and you say, okay, I have no other option. I don't really have ideas towards that. Then fair enough, they're not going to be conflict. But today, people are always going to say, oh, I want to do this way. If you don't agree, then you're not my friend, or I don't want to get that kind of thing. And obviously, technology
You
is
get
easy.
cancelled.
Right? Yeah, technology is easy because people are just like isolated with technology, thinking that, oh, they have their friends online, that kind of thing. They have a whole life online. So why do they need actual people to survive? Right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's the difference in morals between the older generation, older adults and younger adults, stems from the breakdown in the community structure. Before, the community was kind of like a huge part of society. Like society was geared towards like strong communities, and communities where everybody's engaged, right? Everybody does the same thing. Everybody goes to the same, does the same routine activities. Either the men do this, the women do this, the children do this, the older adults do this, the young boys do this, the older females. Like everything was well defined, and everybody was a member of the community. Everybody knew who was in the community. But with the globalization or metropolis of the world, like I'd say metropolization, if that's a word, like everybody moving into big cities. What tends to happen is people get emancipated from that community structure because you're having multiple different individuals coming to live together. So they get separated as individuals. And with younger generations, that's coming in more and more. So we've lost the sense of community. Back then, you kind of knew everybody that lived, not just in your street, in your town, but nowadays you hardly even know your neighbor. So once you have that individualization of people, their kind of morals change, because before the morals were, I believe morals are subjective, and so before the morals were geared around the community and looking after each other. But if now everybody's emancipated to being an individual, the morals will shift to becoming my own just personal satisfaction. So I would say a huge part in how the morals have changed is based on the fact that younger people tend to be more individualistic than the older generation were.
But then I think the follow-up question would be, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing now? Because or is it, are we achieving more than the previous generation, or in fact are we actually declining compared to the previous generation?
I would like to add this. So before we can know if it is good or bad, the previous generation, were they more into, do they maintain these communities because they want to or because they had to? Do you get what I'm saying? So we are not maintaining the community, mentality, in my opinion, because we don't have to. We could survive without it.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, back in my area where I grew up, I would believe until now people are still, a little bit more organized, because there are a lot of problems they have to come together to solve. They probably have some rascals that will come and mess up the whole place. So
That's
they
my
have
goodness
to
word.
come together to like make sure they protect themselves. Probably electricity is terrible. They have to come together to make one voice to go and get the guys.
Thanks for watching the TCT Podcast.
Thanks for watching the TCT Podcast.
If you like this video and would like to see more videos like this, please click on any of the videos you see on the screen.
Also remember to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as hit the notification button to stay up to date with our latest videos. Thank you for your continued support. Peace out.